Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Narang chaiva narottamam Deving sarasvating vyasam Tathau jayamadharayet Nasta preshu bhadreshu Nityang bhagavata sevaya Bhagavad-Utama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtaki. Reading Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th canto, chapter 13. Text number 37. Aniha paritushtatma Yadrichopanad aham Yadrichopanatad aham No chechchaye bhavahani Mahahir iva satvavan Aniha paritushtatma Yadrichopanatadaham No chechchaye bhavahani Mahahir iva sattvavan Aniha paritushtatma Yadrichopanatadaham No chechchaye bhavahani Mahahir iva sat with no desire to possess more. Paritushta, very satisfied. Atma, self. Yadrichcha, in its own way, without endeavor. In its own way, without endeavor. Upanatat, by things brought in by possession. Aham, I. No, not. Chet, if so. Shaye, I lie down. Bahu, many. Ahani, days. Mahaahi, a python. Iva, like. Sattvavan, enduring. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, Abhaya Charanara Vinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. I do not endeavor to get anything, but am satisfied with whatever is achieved in its own way. If I do not get anything, I am patient and unagitated like a python, and lie down in this way for many days. Purport: one should learn detachment from the bumblebees, for they collect drops of honey here and there and keep it in their honeycomb. But then someone comes and by force takes all the honey away, leaving the bumblebees with nothing. Therefore, one should learn from the bumblebee not to keep more money than one needs. Similarly, one should learn from the python to stay in one place for many, many days without food, and then eat only if something comes in its own way. Thus, the learned Brahmana gave instructions gained from two creatures, namely the bumblebee and the python. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So this seventh canto, Prahlad Maharaj, he endured a lot of distress, a lot of trouble from his demonic father, Hiranyakashipu, wanting to kill him for not obeying or accepting him as the Supreme Lord. He showed faith. It takes strong determination and faith to be fixed in your resolute determination. I'm worshiping my Lord is there, He'll protect me. Because everyone is fearful in this material world. Fear is very prevalent. Everyone is fearful of death. And so, after Hiranyakashipu, by the mercy of Lord Nrsingadev, was disposed of, then Prahlad Maharaj was offering prayers of devotion and gratitude to his Lord. And even though Lord Nrsingadev was very pleased with Prahlad Maharaj, wanted to offer some benediction. Oh, you know, if somebody gives you great pleasure, you want to offer them something. You know, we heard the story of the young Brahmin and an old Brahmana. They went on pilgrimage in Vrindavan, and the old man was being served so nicely by the young Brahmana. He said, I have to give you something. I can give you my daughter for marriage. It's a long story. But he felt so obligated that, you know, you've served me so nicely. You know, naturally, the natural instinct is you want to give some reward. But Prahlad Maharaj says, I'm not a merchant. I just want to be able to serve. This is my mood. And here, then of course, Prahlad Maharaj, out of his kindness, is describing what is the role of brahmachari, what is the role of grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasi, what are their characteristics, what is ideal family life, what is varnashram, how society can be organized in a very spiritually systematic way, that naturally people are advancing in spiritual life. Naturally they're inquiring, who am I? Why am I here in this world? What is my duty? What is my purpose in life? So Prahlad Maharaj, being a Mahabhagavata, pure devotee, he's asking all the right questions. And here we're finding that he met this Avaduta, and this Avaduta, he's just lying there and giving so many analogies and examples of how one needs to be detached. We know from our early days of Sankirtan, Vijay Prabhu and I, we worked in the airports for many, many years together and did Sankirtan. And we were in the mood that we would go all day, get up early, chant our rounds very nicely, at least we try to chant nicely, enthusiastically, participate in the kirtan, worship, pray to Tulsi Devi, hear the Bhagavatam class and the association of devotees, because we know that by the association of devotees and getting the blessings of a devotee, one can make advancement in spiritual life. One can get free from the bodily concept of life, because we have so many brothers and sisters watching and helping and guiding us. But without the association of devotees and the serious participation in spiritual devotional service as given by Prabhupada, very difficult to understand clearly. So we knew that every day at a certain time, 10 o'clock, I think we were, except on the weekends, we'd leave at 6 o'clock in the morning and go to the ports. So all these families are out on the cruise ships, and they're trying to enjoy the ocean and being on a cruise ship in Miami. And as they're getting off and they're struggling, they're getting a book in their hands. We had a team of devotees to meet them at the ports. There was the early morning shift. And Bir Krishna Maharaj would bring us out some prasadam for breakfast, and then we'd be in the airport all day long, meeting people and giving them an opportunity to receive the knowledge of Krishna consciousness, whether it's Back to Godhead magazine, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad-Gita, many literatures. We had a variety of books. And then no matter how much you're collecting, whether it's $10, $100, a crore rupees, or $500, we're never thinking, oh, this is for me. Krishna, I made extra this time. We'll give Krishna the bulk share, but a little something for me. No, we never had that mentality, thinking that I will keep something for my own self. We took whatever came, just like the bumblebees. We were trying to become Prabhupada's transcendental bumblebees, going out and collecting or engaging the conditioned souls to give some of from their ugra karma, from their materialistic hard work. This is what materialistic life is all about. Hard work. I have to take care of my family. I need that new car. I prefer, to have the new model. Somebody was saying that every year the people have to have a new model car to feel satisfied. And my children need to have the best education, the best school, need to provide comfortable home for my family. And if I don't have at least, several hundreds of thousands of dollars available, I feel, fear and anxiety, because I'm not doing my duty as a man or as a husband or someone who's a provider. So their whole mentality is to work hard and make money for me, my family, and my sense enjoyment. But we're trying to change that mentality. Prabhupada is giving us the teachings of the Goswamis, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, na danang, na janang, na sundaring kavitang bhajagadisha kamaye. That we don't want wealth, we don't want followers, we don't want to have so much enjoyment of this so-called material existence. But then again, we see, like Pundarik Vijayanidhi, he was living an opulent lifestyle. He was very well-dressed and had wealth, and I think Gadadhar Prabhu was feeling, how is this a devotee? How is he a Vaishnava? But then when he heard the pastimes of the Lord, he fell into immediate trance. So we're not here to observe that, oh, this person has wealth, so, okay, he can be detached, but I don't have anything. I should also have some wealth, then I can be detached. Krishna, we're not here to try to evaluate where we're at, that this person, he's in a better position than that person. If we actually accept Krishna, Bhoktarang Jagatapasang Sarvaloka Maheshwarang Suhridang Sarvutanam Gyatpamang Shanting Richchati. One who's Gyatma, who has knowledge, he understands Krishna, Bhoktarang Jagatapasang, the whole universe. He's the controller, he's the owner. So we might own some small piece of land, or, I have one building, or I have one hut, I have something. But Krishna, he owns everything. Like the Americans are thinking America is our land, but 250 years ago it belonged to the Red Indians. and 200, 300, 500 years in the future, it'll belong to someone else. So we're identifying with the land in our possession. This is mine, but it actually belongs to Krishna. Bhoktarang Jagatapasang Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. He's the friend of all living entities. And of course, he's the supreme enjoyer. So the bumblebee is going out regularly and enthusiastically to spread this mission of Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada would, preaching is the essence. Purity is the force. Utility is the principle. Books are the basis. Many orders you can put that in. But it's just so profound that preaching is the essence. Books are the basis. Purity is the force. Utility is the principle. However you want to look at it, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to give us the teaching of Bhagavad-Gita, the teaching of Srimad Bhagavatam, that nothing is ours. One should not waste his time and energy endeavoring just for economic development, because you're going to get what you deserve. Karmana daivana trena. I was thinking, even for myself, I was out there, I could make decent, I was fortunate enough to make a Lakshmi, but I figured when Gopal Krishna Maharaj said, you come and do service here, and I thought, but I won't make enough, and I thought, Krishna's going to provide. Whatever, whether you have just chapatis, but here we have such nice opulence. Those who are really surrendered and genuinely serving with heart and soul and enthusiasm. Who doesn't like the breakfast? It's such a wonderful prasadam. Who doesn't like the kirtan, the beautiful darshan of the deities? Every morning you get to see the most beautiful lordships of Shri Shri Gaura Nitai, Krishna Balaram, Radha Shyama Sundar, and all day long you're hearing the sweet chanting of the holy name. Devotees are enthusiastic to chant Krishna's name. You see in the kirtan, it's not like, oh, I got to do kirtan now. No, they want to participate enthusiastically. And if you're eager to hear Krishna's name, you're very fortunate, because this is the only medicine, the real medicine for this age. Because there are many religions, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Jewish, many religions, and there are many rules and regulations and scriptures of giving charity, performing some tapasya, different things are there. But somehow, by Srila Prabhupada's grace, he's saying, get in the elevator and go to the topmost yoga ladder by this process of bhakti. And the essence of bhakti is the holy name of the Lord, chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I've seen devotees who are struggling on Sankirtan, and then they stop from and Hare Krishna, they're praying to Krishna, hopefully not angrily, because sometimes when you're on Sankirtan, I remember Vijay was on one corner, I'm on the other corner, and I'd see he's talking to is walking off with a book, and everyone I'm talking to is telling me to go get out of here. What are you doing? And I start getting, but then somehow it's reversed. Then he comes over, he goes, how is it you're doing it and I'm not doing it? So it's like we start having a little competition and feeling of that Krishna is really in control. It's not by our ability, oh, I'm so charismatic, I'm going to sell the books, no doubt. That's not the point. The point is that we have to learn to surrender to the process. Obviously, we want to learn, we want to see how others are doing their service nicely. That's why I'm picking on Vijay today since he's here. He's traveling all around the world, inspiring all the temples and all the devotees that book distribution and the mood of surrender, selflessness is important. And this is what we've been given by Srila Prabhupada, an opportunity to serve and perform devotional service. Neha bikrama nashasti pratyavaya navidyate swapamapyasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there's no loss. There's no, it's not like in a material pursuit. You try to do something, if you don't finish it, like if you're going up the Jamuna Expressway to Noida, you see all these empty shell buildings. So somebody spent crores and crores and crores of rupees, but now the pigeons are going in and out and they're not finishing. They're not finishing. So in one sense, it's a waste of time, a loss of money, loss of ideas and energy. But a devotee, he's sweeping the floor. That's his eternal benefit. He's dressing the deity, decorating with chandan. Can't imagine how much benefit is there for favorable devotional service to the Lord. You know, by going out and making this selfless sacrifice. We were hearing about selflessness. Sanatana Goswami is praised because he's a very learned scholar, speaks many languages, and he's telling Lord Chaitanya that they're praising me that I'm very learned. You know, I'm someone who can speak so many languages and practically managing the whole government, minister, chief minister of the government, and has a reputation and association with all top leading aristocratic, educated politicians, wealthy people. And he's claiming that I don't know who I am. What is the worth of my pundit? I know so much Shastra, I can quote so many shlokas, but I don't know who I am, where I've come from. Where have I come from? Oh, I came, you know, we may hear that we're not the body, but that's not enough. We need to engage the body and the senses and the mind in Krishna's activities. Just like when you get up in the morning, if you're using your hands to prepare a nice preparation for Krishna or wash the temple, very good. If you're using your legs to walk to the temple or run to the temple, whatever the case might be, this is proper utilization. Your eyes to see the beauty of the Lord, your nose to smell the tulsi, the incense, everything, and the tongue to taste the prasadam. I'm sure everyone will be expert at how to engage the tongue. But the tongue is most difficult to control. You know? Many times we see that even though someone may fast and lose weight, once they start eating again, I'm always saying, I gotta lose some weight, I can't. But then the tongue is so difficult. You see a nice burfi, rasgula, or that nice cake offered to the Lord, very difficult. Just like here the great sadhu, he's lying there. When food is available, he eats. Sometimes, he gave analogies, sometimes I'm sleeping on the ground, on the dirt, and sometimes I'm sleeping in a palatial palace on a soft bed with nice pillows. So this is the karma, the birth after birth. Sometimes you take birth in a very wealthy family and you're driving around your Maserati or your Audi and you have a pocket full of cash to do whatever you want to do. And sometimes you're born in a very, very poor family, you barely have enough to eat, a dry chapati. But this is not the criterion, this is not the real standard of happiness, because we know that those who are attached to this world, they feel great pain when death is calling. Prabhupada often tells the story of a very wealthy businessman, and he employed the most expert doctors. He's praying, give me 4 more years, finish my plan. I just need a few more years to, settle things properly. We're always trying to settle our affairs and move forward. But this doesn't happen by the power of the material doctors, or no amount of money can free you from janma, mrityu, jara, vyadhi, dukkha, doshanu, darshanam. that everyone is born in this material world, they stay for some time, they grow, they may produce some byproducts, grow old, dwindle, and die. And we have to keep that in our mind, that the dangers of material existence, the suffering of material life. So let me take very seriously my spiritual life. And unless someone is really shaken, sometimes we get our comfort zone. That comfort zone is that, yes, I'm doing my devotional service, but I'm still hanging on to all my attachments. We all have our attachments. We all have our ideas of how we'll be happy. But the more we hearing Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, that hearing, chanting, and remembering, the more we can hear Srimad Bhagavatam, the more we hear Bhagavad-Gita and Srila Prabhupada speaking, we should not be eager to read so many books, so many varieties of books. Who has realized Bhagavad-Gita, Srila Prabhupada, or the Srimad Bhagavatam, or Chaitanya Charitamrita? And so many lectures have been converted into small books. So we have a wealth of literature to read. It's not that you're going to find out something new somewhere else that'll be of any tangible or benefit for you. Because every day when we read Srimad Bhagavatam, it's newer and newer realizations. Read Bhagavad Gita, oh, you know, again something further is given. If Krishna's words, the Supreme Lord's words to Arjuna, explaining to him Raja Vidya Raja Guyam Pavitram Idam Uttamam, the king of education, the most secret of all secrets, the purest knowledge. If Krishna, God, Lord Chaitanya, is speaking himself to his very close friend, and we're all friends of Krishna. Krishna cares about each and every living being. So he's speaking to all of us. And what is he saying? Sarva dharmam parityaja mamekang sharanang vraja aham tvang sarapapevyo mokshayashyami masuchaha. Surrender to me, become my devotee, worship me, offer your prayers to me. Thus you'll come to me. Do not fear. Don't be fearful. Don't think that you'll be cheated, that, oh, I've wasted my whole life. Sometimes devotees, oh, I spent so much time and the society doesn't care. You know, I spent so much energy, I've given everything my whole life to Krishna, but now I have nothing, you know. And sometimes the mind of a materialist may think that way, but there's no loss. This is in your eternal spiritual bank account. And whatever, you know, karma is there, it's all being worked out by Krishna. But the mood of surrender, thinking of Krishna, surrendering means that I'm willing to do whatever it takes. Like in a battlefield, if the commander tells you, okay, you go, you know, you go over to, no, why I should go, make him go, you know, it's like, wait a minute, the commander's, you should go and cover that, you know, that corner. And it's like Prabhupada's giving directions, and we're all trying to work cooperatively. But we see in the military, there's chain of command. We see in every organization, there's, you know, some sort of discipline. And it's not that people are feeling less and one is more. It's just like the head might get proud and think, oh, I'm the head. But without the legs, the head can't go anywhere. Without the hands, it's not going to eat. Without the stomach, there's no energy or power. So it's like no one should think that, oh, I'm so important, my service is the most important. Everyone's service is important, and everyone's service is also, in one sense, Krishna doesn't need, he's got how many goddesses of fortune serving him? What is it, Lord Brahma's prayer? Huh? Like millions and billions. It's like he has all the wealth, all the beauty, unlimited servants, and what is our little service going to do? It'll benefit us. It'll give us the opportunity to understand that I'm an eternal servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarup Hoy Krishner Nitya Das. I'm Krishna's servant, and my duty is to serve, not simply question everything. You know, it's like, when I came to Miami, they said, okay, we're having trouble with our plumbing and septic system, so we're taking wheelbarrows of septic, you know, running into the bushes. You think, well, that's not my job. Sometimes you say, clean the bathroom. No, I don't clean bathrooms. Or do this. No, that's not my, I'm a Brahmin, you know. We're not a Brahmin, we're not a Shudra, we're not a Kshatriya, Sannyasi, Vanaprastha, Gopi, Bharatu, Padakamaryo, Das, Anudas. A servant, you tell him to do something, he does it happily, with joy. Because if we have no identification and no reservation, and we're really trying to work on our ego, then somehow Krishna is giving us lessons. This is why the association of devotees is very important. Because sometimes we forget and we get into our own trip, our own idea, our own designation, that this is who I am or what I am. And sometimes you may be better situated in a different area, and we discuss these things and try to work things out. But not a blade of grass moves without Krishna's sanction. And somehow or other we find ourselves here in Sri Vrindavan, Dham, and we're given opportunity to serve, so we should serve nicely. We should do our duties very dutifully, just like Srila Prabhupada. Even though his body was not fit, he was ill, he's here in Vrindavan, and barely he could not even walk, but still he's feeling some duty to his spiritual master. I must continue the Srimad Bhagavatam. He's on the very last breath. Who on their deathbed is doing their service of translating Bhagavatam and giving further instructions and setting the example how to live, how to be dedicated to the spiritual master, how to believe in Krishna, how to take sacrifice, be brave, without fear, take on challenges, tolerate all the mischief and rascaldom that the disciples put before him. So much drama. Prabhupada never even imagined some of the activities that would take place with a lot of his disciples who come from very scattered backgrounds. He showed everything to the point of traveling around the world so many times and putting forward so much love, blood, sweat, and tears and energy, and then leaving this world in Sri Vrindavan Dham in such a glorious way that we have Prabhupada here in the Samadhi, and every morning we could be there. He established Krishna Balaram Mandir, not only for our benefit, for the benefit of the whole world, the whole universe. So we are responsible, it's our duty to keep things very nice and be enthusiastic to preach Krishna consciousness. And whatever comes our way, we can accept it. I'm sure the Guru will call you for prasadam. Brahmacharya, right? He should be called for prasad. And these instructions that we're hearing from the Avaduta to Prahlad Maharaj are very wonderful, about the bumblebee, the python. And this is Prahlad Maharaj's great kindness and great mercy to all of us. Hare Krishna. Anyone have any questions, comments? Yes, Prabhu, Paravyom Prabhu. From Brazil, Ki Jai. Good thing. Haribol.
Prabhu, thank you very much for your class, nice class. Should the examples of Prabhupada also be applied in this connection, as he acted like a python and also bumblebee? When he came to the West with no money, completely without any fear, and without knowing if you get food or not, in the case of the United States, exactly like the same example. He was completely aloof of material desires, only want to, like that you would develop more about that.
Beautiful example that Srila Prabhupada acted exactly like this Avadut, this Brahmin. He came, and he didn't know what he will eat, what will come his way, where he'll stay, how he'll survive. It's not like before we go on a trip, you go to the treasury, I need 20,000 rupees, and I need to make sure my hotel arrangements are arranged properly, and prasad should be ready at this time, It's not like that. Prabhupada came, and he depended on Krishna and his spiritual master. And if he was lying on the ground or devotees provided him something nice, he accepted, but his service was fixed, that he wanted to spread Krishna consciousness, he wanted to satisfy his spiritual master. Very loyal, very dedicated. Very nice example. Thank you. And yes, Shubha Krishna Prabhu, give the microphone. No, go around the other way. The bottom chord, yeah. Hare Krishna. I think you're in charge of the sound system, aren't you? Give him the other microphone. He's in charge of making sure the microphones work. Unplug it, plug it back in. Okay. Here, there's another chord for you.
Thank you for your class. Please don't take this question as an objection, but a clarification that in the first canto, first shloka, first chapter, Prabhupada says that there are many commentaries by the acharyas. I just read it to you. Within the past 500 years, many erudite scholars and acharyas like Jiva Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Vishwanath Chakravarti, Madhvacharya, and many other distinguished scholars, even after the time of Lord Chaitanya, have made elaborate commentaries on the Bhagavatam. And the serious student would do well to attempt to go through them to better relish the transcendental messages. So I want to see the perspective that we also hear that from Nectar of Devotion that one should not read too many books. But what about reading the commentaries of Srimad Bhagavatam, which actually like a instruction comes from Srila Prabhupada from the first book itself.
Yeah.
Please
No, it's a good point, but we know that our father, Srila Prabhupada, that he's read these commentaries and he's putting it together in such a way that it's easily digestible for us. I hear echo. It's fair. Not that we don't, like many times, there's many books, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, and there are recommended literatures to be read. But as long as they're in the mood of Srila Prabhupada, because Prabhupada often would say that if you go out and even hear from somebody and the mood is different, it could very easily derail you or throw you off. Oh, it's a different idea. So there's plenty to read. He'd often say that, how long will it take to read the entire Srimad Bhagavatam? And devotees would give some example. Oh, if every day you're reading this much, say you're reading an hour a day, how long will it take to read all of Prabhupada's books? And then to really scrutinizing it. Lord Brahma, when he was questioning, who am I? And Lord Krishna revealed the Vedas to him, he studied the entire Vedas 3 times, okay? So you take all of Srila Prabhupada's books and read them thoroughly through 3 times and study them genuinely. Then, okay, no problem, you can take it. So you have to at least do the prerequisites, saying, oh, but I was told to read other. Yeah, but Prabhupada said, read my books. So take that order as prominent, as topmost, that you should read my books. And not his books. He says, these are not my books. These are Krishna's books. Krishna is speaking. So if we have that faith and that conviction that what Prabhupada did was superhuman, that was, he's the representative from the spiritual world to save us in this age for the next 10,000 years. So I want to hear every word that Prabhupada said and what he wrote. And if he's telling that we could read Jiva Goswami and Bhakti-Vinod Thakur, don't just jump there. First read the books and then, yes, we accept that. This is a very nice idea. Vijay Prabhu.
Thank you for the class. Just a comment. Throughout Prabhupada's books, he's putting the commentaries of the acharyas.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, we're getting the commentary of the acharyas throughout Prabhupada's books. Bhagavad-Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam. He was, of course, he had an amazing realization, wonderful realization, but throughout Prabhupada's books, all his acharyas, he was reading the realizations of the acharyas. So they're there. We don't need to go anywhere.
Prabhupada's not picking, but he's bringing the essence of all the acharyas. Not that he's minimizing, maybe, you know, your realization of reading Jiva Goswami will be different than Prabhupada's, you know, but the point is we're taking chastity and we're trying to be loyal and faithful to Prabhupada because, as Vijay Prabhu said, you know, Vishwanath Chakravarti says this and Jiva Goswami says that, and it's all woven in throughout all of Srila Prabhupada's books. Then you feel more safe that I'm not going outside the camp of our society. Other question? Mataji in the back? There's a microphone if somebody wants to carry it back there. It could. It's back there. She can come forward. May come forward a little bit. You want to?
Thank you for your lovely class, Guruji. I just required some more elaboration, if you like, on one of the points that Prabhupada has mentioned in the purport. I just wanted to make sure I understood it correctly, so if you can elaborate. So I just read the part of the purport. In the beginning, Prabhupada says, one should learn detachment from the bumblebees, for they collect drops of honey here and there, and keep it in their honeycomb. But then someone comes and by force takes all the honey away, leaving the bumblebees with nothing. And then Prabhupada says, therefore, one should learn from the bumblebee not to keep more money than one needs. I have a certain understanding of that, but I just wanted to hear from you as to why Prabhupada is saying therefore, because somebody's coming and taking it away. So how does that apply to devotees?
I can only give you my opinion. That, you know, all day people are out working and collecting, and then someone comes, you know, may rob them, or the stock market may go to hell and people jump off of buildings because they're so attached. So the example of the bees, they're working hard all day, getting drop here, drop there, and keeping it all. And then somehow someone just takes it away, it's all gone. Now maybe the bumblebees are detached and they continue their flower business of getting the drops. But if one is accumulating money, and it will be taken away either by death, by theft, by taxation, by government, somehow or other. It may appear that someone temporarily is enjoying wealth, but what Lakshmi is called chanchalam, isn't it? That it may be there for some short time, but then Krishna can immediately take it all away, very, very quickly. So we have to learn detachment and not waste our time and energy in simply accumulating. Therefore, we should learn from the bumblebee to not to keep more money than one needs. Just like the Goswamis, when they surrendered to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they had a boatload of money. But they engaged it in Krishna's service, and the rest. Raghunath Das Goswami had unlimited wealth coming to him. He said, I don't want it. I just don't want it. So this is a very elevated platform, obviously, that when your family is offering you such wealth, you think, well, I can feed the sannyasis and brahmacharis, we can have feasts every day in Krishna Balaram Mandir, what's the harm? He didn't want that. He wanted to depend on Krishna and be surrendered to his spiritual master, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I hope that was okay.
No, that was great, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. And I just wanted to know that the same applies for devotees also. I can appreciate for the materialistic people, but this very point, for devotees, it applies in the same way?
Yes, we should not think about how am I going to accumulate money or this or that. Krishna may give you some facility for, to do your devotional service nicely and still providing you some sustenance, whether one is receiving money, but one should not spend his whole time and energy and money or his thoughts and just how to make money. Money will come. You should do the needful according to your situation with your family, especially if you're brahmachari. You should just depend totally, do your service nicely. Krishna will provide everything. If you're grihastha, you may have to perform some duties, but you know that whatever money is accumulated, you're using it for Krishna's service, for my family to become Krishna conscious. It's not simply meant for sense gratification. So both for devotees and everyone, we should not think about simply accumulating, but if Krishna sends it, you use it in Krishna's service. So, one more question, Prabhu? Acha? Yeah, 9 o'clock.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, thank you for being for the class. Just one comment about feeling what Mataji said. Did not Prahlad Maharaj accept the king in the king position to facilitate himself to spread the Krishna's consciousness movement? Because when we see, for example, one of the Buddha talking about Krishna, and when we see a king talking about Krishna, I want to become like him.
So there's many examples that Prahlad Maharaj, he didn't want anything, but Krishna gave him the kingdom, that you will rule and you'll be the king. And so he showed, it doesn't matter whether one is in a powerful position, a king, he still has to bow his head and surrender. He was surrendered and he was thinking of his citizens, how they can become Krishna conscious. What do you want, Prahlad? I just want to relieve the suffering of all these conditioned souls. So whether he's a king or just a simple mendicant, the idea is that we should be surrendered to Krishna, surrendered to Guru, have that mood of compassion for the suffering of others by spreading Krishna consciousness, by giving Krishna. And what is the best means? By chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. The one medicine that can cure all problems and all diseases. We've seen people advertise, by taking my one medicine, you'll become totally free from all disease. So this is the one medicine, the Lord's holy name. Whether you're a king or ordinary citizen, everyone benefits. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.